Okay, so we finished off our day. Beautiful trading day. I think we won 4 out of 5 trades, so we lost one. And the first one, I was looking at it, I was reviewing it. I shouldn't have lost this trade, right? I feel like I got really greedy on this trade. Was it this trade? No, it was this trade. Yeah, I went short here. We retraced right here, so I wasn't awake for this, but I should have still put my take profit around this level. I had it way too far down. It was too risky, right? Because that's where the APM candle was, and there's a 15-minute fair value gap there on the APM candle. I should not have entered there, but this would have been a perfect buy entry, right? Large red candle, large red buying volume, small red candle showing that the sellers are entering the market and the sellers are exiting the market. They have little to no strength, and the buyers are starting to come in. We got a big green candle here, very low volume. Buyers are definitely entering a sweep in liquidity here on the higher time frame. On the lower time frame, it's not a sweep. On the higher time frame, this is definitely a sweep. We got that RSI divergence, which is showing momentum going upwards while price is going down. That was just a beautiful entry, right? I should have definitely entered that market there, especially if we show on the 15-minute candle. Um, we got that fair value gap here, right? We got that fair value gap. We got the fill of the fair value gap. This was a beautiful entry for a long. I should have not went short here, and I should have waited for confirmation of what price does on this APM candle to see if buyers are entering here. So that was an easy loss to be avoided, and I think this is my biggest loss. I was down like I think like $700 from this loss, and it, my day could have went very bad because of it. So this is a very bad mistake, and I'm gonna be harsh on myself for this because this was easily avoidable. Why did I take this trade, right? I know that resistance was here. I saw sellers entering here, but this APM candle was here, right? Bullish, but I see that buyers are in the market. Why am I going short? Why can I not just wait for the dip or wait for extra confirmation around here that sellers are actually entering the market, right? And the way I can see that is just waiting for. I don't need to get the perfect entry. Just wait for price to reject. I should just wait for price to reject, and I can look for a re-entry around this area, and then I can see if sellers are entering here or if buyers entering here, and then I can go in for a short, right? Why did I need to go at the tippity top of the move? That was very nuts. That wasn't smart of me, I think. Or I was just going against my rules. It was just no patience, right? But anyways, I'm going to try to focus on that tomorrow. I'm really upset with myself looking at this. I'm like, wow, I really traded that. Yesterday that looks like such a beautiful trade. It wasn't. I know that it's Tokyo session that we're going to at 10 p.m. and we know it's just choppiness, and it was choppiness until London Open, where the market started to move up. I need more patience. I need way more patience. So that's what I'm gonna try to do tomorrow and see how that plays out. So yeah, whatever. I got stopped out here. I was like down like I think it was like $600-700. I came up here, and by the way, that loss I think that loss was way too much for me on the 50K account. I don't want to have a $700 loss on one trade. That wasn't good. Anyways, we redeemed ourselves with a trade we saw here. We said okay. We said okay. I know the buyer's in the market. Thankfully, I did not go short here because I said I was gonna go short here, but I changed my bias because I saw that the buyers were in the market, right? I traded with momentum, so this was a beautiful trade. This brought me back to like I think negative 200. So I gained like 500 or 5 or 300 from the trade. I don't remember. It was just a decent trade. Um, what did I see here? I saw that I know that liquidity is here on this line, right? This is the area of interest. I know that buyers are going to buy here, or I have a feeling. No, okay. Let me not say I think I have a feeling. I I understand that buyers can step in here. That's what I want to say. I understand what buyers can do here, and this is why I'm answering. And then I see this. What did I see here? We're going down, going down, going down. I didn't really see anything here, honestly. I think this is just based off. I understand I'm following momentum, right? And I know I bought like perfectly here. I think yeah, I got this on this green engulfing candle too. Yeah, because they showed enough effort, right? Their effort was being paid off. So I got on this green engulfing candle. I entered. My stop loss is beautiful. This is about 20 points down, I believe. But 20, yeah, 20 points down. We got a liquidity sweep showing that there's gonna be big movement. This is a beautiful trade. I got out early though because I understand that there's resistance here, and price can definitely just dump here, and we're at the top of range. So I don't really know if we're gonna. At this moment, I'm not sure if we're going outside of range or dumping down in range, or we're coming all the way back to this liquidity area because this was my area of liquidity that I wanted to enter in, right? So I know that price can reverse here. So I thought we were aiming for this level, but no, we actually came up and out. We took another perfect trade here. We did get out early though. I got out around here. I'm gonna explain why. But we entered up here because I saw sellers were entering the market around. Where was it around? It was somewhere around here. Big green candle. No, it was around here actually, right? Yeah, small, small red candle. A little bit of effort. They got a lot of results out of it, right? They put a lot of effort right here. Yeah, they got a lot of results out of it too. But right here, it was like these candles, right? I don't know why this is red, but it was a green candle, a large green volume, and it was a doji candle showing that there's a lot of volume here. Buyers are getting weaker, and this can be a nice area to enter. So I believe I entered around here. I don't know why this is showing here. I think all because my average was down because I added more to my position here, and I had a pretty large stop loss. But anyways, yeah, I entered here. I set up my trade. I walked away from the market, right? If I was to stay here, I would have probably got scared out and I would have ran away. This is why it's good to step away from the market. Just let it do its thing. It came up about, let's see how much points before it took everybody out. Came about 11. We round up 12 points, right? 11.25, but I'll round up to 12 just in case. So 12 points before a big move, and it played out perfectly, right? So the gap was created this gap. We're not playing off of this gap here. We came in for the fill, right? Well, this is the liquidity sweep. We came up for the liquidity sweep. We shut the high. We came back down. This is the fill. This is the gap fill right here. Price coming up above the fair value gap to fill it more and then move back down. So we got the fill there too. So everything is happening perfectly. So I'm very comfy in this trade. I came back down here and I see that buyers are entering. Where was it? It was here. Yeah, I think it was around here. I started to get suspicious here. I see that we get a large red volume, right? And we got little to no result because this candle right here is larger than this candle, and this candle took a lot of effort, right? But this candle took a lot of effort and got a good result. But this candle had even more effort, if you just see, and it got little to no result. A decent sized result, but not as big as the other. And then I saw this range come with a green candle, and I said, okay. Uh, it is weaker than the red candle, but it's still enough, right? Like the buyers are stepping in. So I didn't really exit here, but I waited a little bit. I waited, and I saw this green candle, and I still didn't get out. I probably should have got out here, because they got a lot of result for little to no effort. And then we moved down, moved down, moved down, and then as soon as we came around here, and I saw this candle, I saw uh large volume, and I saw this pin bar here. This is a pin bar pattern. I just got out here, took my profit, walked away happy. I should have really got out here, but it's whatever. Price came up. I did not enter here. I did not enter here. I just waited for something to happen here, which I'm proud of. I saw that price was starting to make a bear flag, which is what I used here as support and resistance. It's very choppy, but as you can see, it's playing out in this support and resistance in between. So support and resistance doesn't just need to be sideways, right? Flat sideways. It can be in a trend pattern. So that's what happened. Um, Price came up to fill again. I really wanted to enter here so bad. Like I saw this beautiful trade. I saw it was volume, I believe, right? Yeah, I saw the green volume was strong. A lot of effort, no result. Little effort, strong result. I said, okay, yeah, sellers are stepping in with the fill. This can just be a liquidity sweep from right here because people have their stop losses right here. I wanted to enter so bad, but I paper traded it. I paper traded it, and I paper traded down here as well, I believe, right? Yeah, I paper traded this as well. This was market open. Yeah, I paper traded that, and I said that I was going to put my take profit up here. But then my bias changed when I saw this. I'm like, yeah, we're definitely dumping in. I came up again. I saw that we're this large green volume with a doji candle. I said, okay, yeah, this is liquidity sweep. We're most likely gonna enter in. And as you can see, thank God this was a paper trade. I waited, I waited, I waited. Maybe I do need to wait even more. We came up, shot back down, strong move, took everybody up down here, and then we came back up again and took everyone out again. So the reason I entered on my actual account, I said no. Most people they'll be like, okay, nah, they're screwing everybody up. We're most likely going to the upside. I said no, we're going into the downside because this is basically a liquidity sweep. When the market is not closing very strong above the high, that's a liquidity sweep. You see how it's not very closing very strong above, right? And we're getting a range with high volume. I entered right away. Entered right away and caught this beautiful move. Beautiful, beautiful move. This is what made my day. I took profit around here because I know there's liquidity there. Started making small bear flags, but this was such a beautiful day, such a beautiful trade. I'm very happy I made that trade. I should have been more disciplined. I don't know if I should have been more disciplined because I saw the perfect trade. I was like, I'm not gonna trade no more around here, but I saw that perfect trade. I said, fuck it, I had to take it. I had to take it. So yeah. Anyways, market analysis for the day. We came up to that level on that top of range here. This is a top of range. Previous range all the way from July, what is it, 28? We're in that July range right now. So we're playing off in that. It seems like we made this pattern. This bullish. This is a bullish pattern, by the way. This is kind of like a bull flag, right? This is kind of like a bull flag. Yeah. So we made that nice bullish pattern. But as you can see, I did not get my level down here, right? This is my target level. It did not really touch. It did not really touch. But as you can see, on the 5 minute, when I was looking here, we got high volume, a lot of effort, no result. No effort, high result, right? And this happened on the 5 minute. So this is strong volume. I saw the reversal was coming here, but I did not want to enter. I did not want to touch it or paper trade because I saw that our level of liquidity is right here. And when this happens and it's at the end of the day, usually what happens is like a long wick that comes down, and you're not going to survive with that type of stop loss that you're used to putting, right? So I said, okay, I'm just going to wait. And prices shot up. So I'm not really going to give up right here. Like this is a triple bottom too. This is a triple bottom. This might touch in the morning. I'm not sure, but there's a lot of liquidity right here. So this is my level for today still. Um, 23, 327.25. That's my level for today. And also prices moving up here. I I I think we can drop here. Honestly, we can definitely drop here. I'm not gonna go short. I'm gonna wait for that Tokyo candle and see where we play out. But I want to see if we get rejection on this fair value gap here to see if we get filled, if we can fill down, and then we can probably move, move, move. I don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe we move up higher, right? Maybe we move up higher and then we meet some type of rejection somewhere above. There's a lot of space for us to go above, right? There's a lot of space up here for us to go above. Maybe we touch this fair value gap here, right? There's a fair value gap here. There's support. No, there's no support and resistance up here, but there's a strong fair value gap up here. It's our fair value gap. Maybe we can move up here. What's happening? Maybe we can move up here, and then we get a strong rejection down. Move, move, move. Take this out, and then we move in some type of direction. We see what happens here. Maybe we move back up, right? But I do think there's strong liquidity there. I'm not going to aim directly for this. I'm gonna wait for that to come, right? I'm gonna fish for that level. I'm definitely gonna fish for that level, and I'm going to see how the day plays out. So I am bullish on the day, short-term bullish, long-term bearish, because I still want to see this level be taken out. There's an hour for value gap up here, strong for value gap that has volume. I want to see if that gets touched. Let's see how that looks on the lower time frames. I don't really like this on the lower time frames, like um, the double gap. It just doesn't. I never see result with it. I like that hour gap better. It's easier to read. 30 minute. 30 minutes decent, I guess. We can see rejection around here. So yeah, these are my levels for today. 23,699.75. Uh, 23,742.50. And then we look for liquidity below here at 23,328.25 around here. These are my three levels. So I'm actually gonna mark out this for value gap. I like 30 minutes for value gaps, by the way. So I'm just gonna do on the 30 minute. I'm fine with that, and I'm gonna see how it looks on the hour actually, and see if it looks cleaner. I'm gonna do it right here as well, because I like to see maximum efficiency, right? So I guess the hour does look cleaner, so I'm gonna leave on the hour gap. Why my head? I don't know why my headset keeps dying. Whenever I'm yapping for so long, it just goes off. So I'm just gonna shut the fuck up. Go on without my day. I'm gonna wait for my levels. Those are my levels for today. We went over the trades. Let's see how the day goes. Let's get it.